What's up, everyone? This is the Raw Truth coming at you with a brand new video. For everybody, catch you up to speed, I did a video on the Raw Truth explaining what happened to me. And for folks that don't know, on the August 7th of last month, I was involved in an altercation where when you speak truth to your brother or sister and they don't like it, a lot of times they lash out violently towards you. And what happened last month on the 7th, I was assaulted. God came and snuck me, when I wasn't looking. He came and snuck me. And as I turned around, he connected with my jaw and broke my jaw. And for 2.5 weeks, almost 3 weeks, my mouth was wired shut, so I couldn't talk. I had to reduce myself to a liquid diet. Thank God I love tomato soup and chicken broth. So I ate a whole lot of that. And wasn't recently to like on what was it? The 25th of last month is where they cut the wires out so I could open up my mouth. That's why I went to do videos. I waited a few days after that because I had to do therapy and force my mouth a little bit to open up because my mouth can only open but for so wide, so I gotta constantly do therapy so I can open it up wider and wider till it gets to its full point. That way my jaw can heal. And once I got it wide enough where I could talk and actually pronounce words and stuff, because around my lip area and stuff, it's still numb. It's going to be numb for about 2 more months, like the doctor said. And when I went to the video, I seen a whole lot of notifications of people who showed so much support for me. And the Raw Truth appreciates that. I appreciate all the support that people have said. Even folks have left me scriptures. Folks has told me to take martial arts and stuff. Some even said to start strapping up. And you know what? I don't blame them for saying that because, hatred is rising in our community because folks don't like the truth. They don't like the raw truth. You can give them watered down truth. A watered down truth to me is stopping them and stunting them from being a man and being a woman. I always told the story on how I picked the screen name or my username, The Raw Truth. I picked that name because my life has been raw. Always in a predicament where mercy I couldn't even find. Always in a predicament where everything was just rough for me. Talk about I redefine what being a roughneck is because my whole life has been rough. Growing up in a dysfunctional family, coming from a single mother who was responsible for my father not being in my life. Person who went to group home after group home after group home from 10 years old all the way up to August 21st, 1992. So that's from 1985, February 8th, to February 8th, I think it's the 8th, all the way up to August 21st, 1992. And in that time, like I said before, in that time, I didn't have the counselors treat me as a child. The counselors didn't treat me as a child. And you have to understand that in some group homes, and a lot of group homes that I've been in, was run by ex-military men or men who came home from the military but picked up jobs as being a counselor. And those military men were drill sergeants or drill instructors. And we all know that drill sergeants and drill instructors were getting your ass. We all know, we seen it, you know, you look up the drill instructors and drill sergeant. If I have anybody in the military, please comment and let everybody know how drill instructors and drill sergeants are. They're in your face. They're yelling at you because they're trying to bring you in a place of where you're disciplined and think, boom, think very quickly and make the accurate decision. They discipline you. And so that's what drill sergeant and drill instructors are. They got in my face. They yelled at me. They didn't see me as a child, even though I was 10 years old. They didn't see me as a child. They seen me as a young man and dealt with me. And so over a period of time, I picked that up from them. The drill sergeant, the drill instructors, never, ever, ever accepted me to think low about myself. And there are some there that didn't come from a military background or anything like that, but yet they was like drill instructors themselves because they didn't want me to be a child. My childhood was gone. They see me as a young man, and they also dealt with me. They got my ass. So from 10 years old all the way up to like 4 months before my 18th birthday, my life has been raw in that situation. And so when I started making videos and I started dealing with people, I was raw. Sure, I know how to show compassion when compassion is needed. But in my community, my black and Hispanic men and women, they need raw truth. Because these no good churches have really watered down so much stuff that they don't understand when they get up and go, the church, that the Bible's against them all. They don't understand that whenever, because we have a lot of simps and stuff, that they have really watered down the message to black women and Hispanic women. They have really, set up, their manhood is actually castrated. So the men in our community, they need the same shock treatment as I got of what it is to being a man, so they could be leaders. And so is our women. Our women need that same thing too, of what it is, to being a woman. So when it came to me giving the raw truth, sometimes you have to get on your people. As the saying goes, I used to play Mr. Nice Guy, now I can't be nice. You can't sugarcoat. And so when he did what he did and broke my jaw, it let me know how much weak our men are. And a lot of men are weak in our community. And if black women say that, they have a point. I don't argue that. But why are they weak? Now I hear people commenting, see, told you was loved. Yo, the raw truth get better, man. All the raw truth is back. And the support that I have gotten from a whole lot of my subscribers, I appreciate every bit. I read and I'm like, yeah, okay. Because as long as a few people give a damn about the raw truth, that makes me feel real good. Because I understand that there's a lot of people that are subscribed just to hear me talk about the boule. There's a lot of people that subscribe to hear me talk about the black woman. There's a lot of people that subscribe just to hear me talk about different topics. But how many people who subscribe to me actually really care about me? How many? Well, it showed me that, few people cared about me because they reached out and they commented on and they watched the video. They're like, yo, they were concerned about my safety. So some drop scriptures Some talk about martial arts. Some talk about getting a gun. Some talk about get better. You know, and I read that, I'm like, wow. Out of all of my 1,114 subscribers, only a few care about the raw truth. Said, okay. Am I mad over that? No. Because I'm the type of person that appreciates the little things. So even if one reached out and cared, I'm happy. And to all those who reached out to me, both men and women, I thank you. I thank you. Both black men and black women, I thank you. All of y'all, I thank you very, very, very much. I'm still in the process of healing. Now, hopefully I'm healed where they don't have to go in and take parts of my bone out because of an infection and stuff. You know, I'm brushing my teeth with peroxide and baking soda. You know, and I do washes. You know, I wash my mouth out with it too, because I want to heal. I want to make sure that I'm fully healed. You know, I still got wiring in my mouth. You know, it's a pain. When I go to eat, it's a pain like crazy. You know, I can't stand it. I feel very uncomfortable. And a lot of times I don't get good sleep and stuff because my mouth just feels uncomfortable, for real. And with the numbing that I have around my lips area, down around my chin and stuff like that, they said in 2 months, that's when it will probably go away. And I'm feeling some feeling come back to it. But just because I'm at this state right now doesn't mean that I can't go back to making videos, because this is my passion. This is my passion like crazy. I love making videos, love what I do. And I appreciate y'all who love and appreciate what I do. The ones who complain about how I talk or whatsoever, you know, hey, that's on you. But just think and understand the message that I'm giving. Never mind how it's portrayed, understand the message. Because what I give my community is love. Because if my community, since we claim to be superior, since we claim to be the, as y'all say, original men, as you claim to say that we are kings and queens, well, shouldn't we live by an example for all nations to follow? Shouldn't we live by an example? That's where I want to get my community, is to live by an example. So every other nation will see what it is to be a man, so their man could be led by us. So they could go and teach and love their own wives and love their own women. That's what I'm all about. I mean, how can we as a nation grow and become one as a nation when we want to assault each other? That is the reason why I do my videos. Because if we want to say that we're good, that black people are great people and black people are superior, that black people come from kings and queens, well then let us lead by an example. That's what I'm saying. Let us lead by an example. So that's what the raw truth is trying to do. Raw truth is trying to lead by an example. That way any nation, men or women, come up to me and ask me a question, hey, I'm going to give them how I live. I'm going to show them. How come you don't go to strip clubs? Because I don't believe in degrading women. How come you're not a drug dealer? Because I don't believe in destroying my community. And then when they see me, they see something different about me. They see me not fitting in the negative stereotypes that has always been upon us like crazy. So why am I standing out? So people may come to me and ask me, and then they'll be able to live according to how I'm living. Because I always say there's two different types of people. One is an asset to our community, and one's a liability to our community. My question to y'all is, which one are y'all going to be? An asset to our community, being doctors, lawyers, working at a fast food restaurant, making an honest living, or a liability to our community, being part of the Freemason, being part of the Boule, being part of the sorority or the fraternity, you know, being a drug dealer, whatsoever. You know, the decision is yours. I'm just here to show you a better way of living. You may not like the things that I'm saying, but when you digest it and really understand it, you will see that this is love coming. And once again, I always say love is never a feeling. It has nothing to do with how you feel. Love is an action. I showed my brother love and he broke my jaw. Well, guess what? Whenever I'm showing your love and y'all talk about how I talk and I'm showing you love and you want to call me a coon and stuff, well, you broke my jaw too. Isn't this strange? But for everybody who came out and supported me, and everybody who left a comment, the raw truth, thank you from the top of my head all the way down to the bottom of my feet. I thank y'all all. I think it's very, very good. And if we can get our community to appreciate what somebody does, if we can get our community to rally behind somebody who's been assaulted for doing something right instead of being assaulted for doing something bad or evil, then our community will grow. We should all get behind a man or a black woman or Hispanic woman or any woman, get behind any one of us who actually shows that they care. The more we lift up the ones who care, the more we lift up the ones who are an asset to our communities, then it will leave, you will automatically have left the ones who are a liability to our communities alone. And you know, when they left alone, what are they going to do? They're going to start to change. Let me know how you feel, you know. Just throwing some ideas out there. And notice, my ideas are solutions. Because I don't believe in talking. I believe in solutions. We talked over 400 years. And we still talking and still talking. But a lot of people are scared to put shit into action. Now, I'm not scared. That's why I give solution. Till then, I'm the raw truth. Thanks again. Much love, my subscribers, and peace.